Hi, my name's Wilx, and this is episode 2 of Age of Engineering. Okay, to follow up on the last episode from the comments that were there, Colby Bumley told me that I hadn't loaded the chunks properly, and he's right. Let me show you what he meant. I claimed the chunks for 12, but the loaded chunks are 0. What I have to do is pick one of these chunks and then press Control-Shift, and I left-click them, and that chunk loads those chunks. So if you want them to stay chunk loaded where you're out mining or doing other stuff, then that's how you do it. The other comment that I wanted to talk about is Dave Quist, the guy that developed the pack, responded in my comments to my rant about bees. He said he would have installed beanies if it was available. Now, for those of you that don't know what that means, back in forestry there was a way of changing the traits on your bees with the inoculator and a few other things. And that got broken out into beanies mods as a separate thing, but it was still considered part of forestry by a lot of people. But Beanie's no longer doing development on it, and it got ported by somebody else to 11.4, but it skipped 10.2. So it's not available for this pack because we're on 10.2. So if he would have installed Beanies, why doesn't he install Gendistry? And if he feels that the Mutatron, or the advanced Mutatron, is too powerful, then disable it. Don't even gate it till later on in the pack. Just disable it completely. I don't mind breeding up my bees without the Mutatron, if that's the part that bothers him. The only other thing in there that I could think of that might bother him is the industrial apiary, but I don't think that's overpowered. The big difference with the industrial apiary is you don't have to keep filling it with frames. Well, it has a few other advantages, but that's the one that matters to me. I don't mind working with regular apiaries. I can automate them. It just means I have to come up with some automated way of creating frames and getting them into the apiaries. So that's fine. But the big point here is that then we would be able to modify traits on the bees, making bees a very viable thing and a lot more fun. And we could use them to fill in, let's say there's one or two different resources that we're having trouble gathering other ways. Bees might be a little bit slow about doing it, but they could be a viable way to fill in those gaps. And I really enjoy bees. I'd like to teach bees to you. So I hope he hears this and considers making the change. I actually considered doing a John Oliver to him. You know what John Oliver does, where he tells everybody to write into their congressman or whatever, and he brings down servers that way because so many people write in. But I am not telling you to do that. I am not giving you a link to his email or anything like that. I don't want to piss him off. There could be like thousands of emails go out that way. And I like the guy. I don't want to do that to him. So let's hope he hears this and considers putting Gendistry in there, at least for the traits part of it. All right, let's get on to making some stuff. I want to get started on the bricks for the coke oven right away. So let's see what we've got to do for that. Whoops, coke bricks. And that's this one here. So for that, we're going to need seared bricks. That's easy. We've got that. And we're going to need some lava wood. Lava wood, you take regular planks, put them in that, and pour lava on top of them. Now this shows it as a smeltery. We're not going to do it that way, but we're going to do something very, very similar. Okay, so to do what I want to do, I'm going to need to make a couple of things. I want another clock. Whoops. I can't type it all. So I'm going to need a redstone torch, and I think I got all the rest of that stuff. I do have, yeah. So redstone torch. I'm going to need at least one more hopper. And we need aluminum for that, which I have. Okay, anything else I need? No, I'm going to borrow some of the other stuff from other places. Okay, I'm going to borrow this thing because I don't feel like making another one of them. And that thing. We'll come over here. This looks as good a place as any. And place down a chest. And a hopper. Got a Shift-Click to attach it to a chest. Then we'll put this on top. And I already have a couple of tanks full of lava. I didn't want you to have to wait while I went down and got it. These are the Ender IO tanks. They're pretty easy to make. So we'll put those up there. Stick that on there. We'll take and put... oh, I need another hopper. Normally that can feed into the controller is what it does. And that looks good. Then we'll put 54 wood. We'll do that twice in there and it automatically feeds it in. And then up here, whoops. You can tell I turned off the auto step. So that's going to automatically pour out the lava onto there. It takes 1 bucket of lava to do 4 of these flame woods. So these are 16 each. And I'm going to change this one to push. So it's going to push into the upper one. So the lower one will empty out and there'll be a little bit left over in the upper one. Okay, that's going to make our lava wood. So that's kind of a neat little setup, eh? A little bit easier to work with than pouring it into the smeltery. Next thing I'm going to do is I want some worms. That's our 4. That's all I need. I was quick. Okay, and do I have seeds on me? No. Let's get some seeds. I'm going to use canola. I'm going to use potatoes. What else did I want? Industrial hemp. And I don't have enough, but I'm going to use flax. Okay. Let's put them over here somewhere. So that's going to count. Those are just markers so I know where I'm putting things. I didn't plan anything out for this. So I'm going to start them, my worms right here. So what you do is you click on grass with the worm and it does a 3x3 area. And I'll do another one there. Another one there. Another one there. And though they not only do they hydrate it, they also make crops grow faster. So early game speeding up your crops. We'll make that potatoes. We'll make that canola. I'm not sure about the canola. I think it can be used for energy later on, so I want to have some for now anyways. Now you can get string from hemp, but you can also get it from flax seeds, and it's easy to get it from flax seeds. You're going to need the hemp for other things later anyways in this pack. Okay, so little standard farms that grow pretty quick. How'd that get moved over one? Oh well. Okay, next up. I want to upgrade some of my parts on my tools. So, I'm going to grab that. Oh, I'm going to turn this off. We'll go over how that works in a sec. And I'm going to get... Actually, I should have done the other part first. Okay, we'll come around here where I've got a couple of blanks. And we'll stick one on there, one on there. And then we're going to push it in. Now, is this stuff going in there? Yes, it is. So we've got lava and water mixing together, and we're getting obsidian. It's taking a minute to make it, though. 6 blocks, okay. That's enough anyways. So then we're going to take this out, put down the head. Now the reason I'm turning it into obsidian is, one, that means it can break everything. 2, it means that it's going to work faster. And it'll even have a little more durability and stuff. It's all around much better than stone. The disadvantage with doing this to my tools is I now have to use obsidian to repair them. I didn't quite think this through as well as I could have, actually. I'm going to have a different issue to deal with. I wonder if obsidian can pour into ingots or not. No. That means I'm going to need to get this obsidian out of there. Well, I wanted to show you how this thing works, so the automated part. So we'll show you that in a sec. Let that melt down some cobble. So I just threw cobble in there. So basically how this happens is I've got a hopper under each one of these to pull the ingots out when they're made. And up here I've got redstone running all the way along to this clock. So when that cobble melts, I'm going to be able to make a whole pile of seared brick with it. How are we doing with it? Almost there. I'll pour out these 10 blocks of obsidian later. And what do we got? The obsidian on the bottom. We want the seared. There we go. Turn this on. And see, they all pour out. And they do it pretty quick. So after I finish with this thing, I'll move that over and I'll pour out all the obsidian that I have left in there, the 10 blocks or whatever, and use that to repair tools. These things can come off now. I should make a wrench of some sort. Okay, what else do I want to do? Choppers. This pack has progressive automation. And we've got the wood chopper, that's pretty cheap to make. Stone chopper, again, it's pretty cheap to make. This is like a little tree farm. The problem with this, though, is when you place one of these down, it places one sapling directly east of it. If you want to place more saplings, you've got to put in upgrades. Now, this didn't look too bad at first. It's pretty cheap. Ooh, what's that? Okay, we need one of these. That's actually pretty cheap, but inconveniently we can't make it yet. We're not going to be able to make it till I think it's age 3. So it's not too far off, but we are going to have to wait a little while before we can make those. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 of these, and I'm going to have them each doing just 1 sapling each, and at least then I won't have to be chopping all the wood myself. And eventually I'm going to upgrade them, and they'll be doing 5x5 farms each. So let's make these things now. So first thing we're going to need are some furnaces and some axes. Okay, furnaces. And axes. And do I have more? Good. Oh, no, it's wood I'm going for at first. 4. So I need 4 of those. We're going to need 8 of these. Whoops. And we're going to need, I totally forget what else I need. Oh, right. We're going to need 4 chests. Okay, and then for this, we've got some granite. We can use granite instead of cooked stone. Okay, so we got our 4 choppers. We're going to need some saplings. And I'm going to need planks. Whoops. How'd that happen? Oh, it put something over here. I'll never figure that out. Okay, looks like we're all set. And I'm going to place one here. And we're going to put in a quarter of our saplings, some planks, and that. Come over here, place another one. Oops, half that. Place that, and one more time. Because we want lots of wood for, well, all sorts of different things we're making, and we're also going to be putting into our coke ovens that we're going to be making pretty much next. Alright, so that's still working on its stuff. Let's go over and talk about what I did here. So I grew up a whole bunch of these trees, these rubber trees. And then when they grew up, I'd come along with a sickle. A sickle is just a bunch of iron and a stick. It's called a iron sickle. And you can do leaves like this. I used it for both that and the grass to get the seeds. You hit that tall grass and you get seeds and stuff. And then if I had blank pieces of wood up higher, I would, like up here, I chop them off and keep it just to the spot where I want. Then I mark the side where the thing is. I happen to use a piece of marble. You can use whatever you want. But I marked it so I remember where they each are. Once you've done that, you need a tree tap. And you come along and stand a fair bit back. Oh, went over here. Because it tends to throw it quite a distance. And this is how you collect your tree sap. The reason we're doing that is next one that we're coming up to, I'm going to need rubber. And we get rubber by cooking this tree sap in an oven. I'm only ever going to show you this once. I'm not going to show it after that. But I did want you to see it being done, in case you've never worked with that before. Whoops. It doesn't matter. Okay. What else did I want to do? We want to... Oh, I know what else I wanted to do. I missed one. I also want to make a composter. I put everything away? I guess I did. Or was it again? Okay, so we've made that. And I'm going to grab a few other things. Some apples. And we're going to make ourselves a knife. And how do we make that knife again? That's the handle's simple enough. Knife blade. Make a knife. Oh, make a knife. Then what we do is we take some food, we make it into biomash. I think I'm going to place this over here. And then you put your biomash in there. What happens with this biomash is it's going to turn into like a fertilizer. And you can use that fertilizer to grow up trees or plants or whatever you want. It's just like bone meal. Use it exactly the same way as bone meal. All right, this is finished making our wood. And we're going to need some of these. And that was called coke bricks. We've got 54 of them. And I'm going to start placing them here. Whoops. Let's place the one down, and then I can just get rid of all these. So I'll know where all the rest is going to go. I should have made a wand for this. That would have been quicker. Whoops. There we go. And we're also going to need an engineering hammer. Oh, if you don't have any string, these little plants here, these flaxseed, you get string that way. Figures I need food. Okay. And engineer's hammer. Do I got the iron on me? Yes, I do. Okay, and then you just right click and right click. Then if you want to make charcoal, the way you go about it, whoops, go back where you belong. We don't have much wood left, do we? Oh well. Okay, so we're going to take put wood in there. Put wood in there. We'll put more wood in later. And do I still have those tanks? I don't have those tanks on me anymore. I need at least one of those tanks for now. Now you see the way this thing's going to work is it's going to cook the wood down, make it into charcoal, and that's going to create creosote oil. If you put, I forget whether it's charcoal or coal or either one, I forget which, then it turns into a higher level fuel. I'm forgetting the name of it right now. Coal coke. Now we're going to configure this guy. Pull. And we're going to configure this side. Pull. So it's going to pull all that in. I'm going to drop another one of these on top of that. So when this gets full, I'm going to drop another one on top of there and put a fluid trash can on top of that just to get rid of the excess creosote. I know we need creosote, but I just don't know how much we need. And I'm going to be continuously creating it, so I don't know if I have to store a whole pile of it. Okay. I think that's everything for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new. Go out there and have some fun. Thanks.